Let's analyze the lyrics of my new EP, because I'm pretty sure nobody else will. My EP Trilogie has 3 tracks. Gotta Get Out is the first one. And before we get deep into what I mean with individual words, let's just look at some of the lyrics. Gotta get out, get away, gotta get out, what more can I say? It's going to get more interesting. I think about the role I play, the money I pay, the ground where I stay. So I'm reflecting. Money, people, and my role in society. I didn't write society anywhere here, but that's what the songs, all 3 of them, that's what they're about. And now the verse comes around, and this is where the lyrics get a bit more interesting to think about. I hope. It's not only been a couple days. Many words here are filler that I just used to make the melody, but the core of the statement to me is I feel I have many duties that I don't fully understand how they came to be. Why is the world how it is? That's the question I want to ask. I'm part of a system systematically rolling through the land. Again, I feel like I'm part of this system that I want to break out of for the benefit of the people. So supposedly the system that we have, I can only speak exactly about the country I live in, of course. And in this country, supposedly, the system built is for the benefit of the people, right? The people made the system. I live in a democracy. Meanwhile, the people are fighting against the man. So on one hand, the system is what the people created and what is supposed to help the people. But on the other hand, the system gets also personalized in many media, and people like to call it the man. What's the man? To me, it seems to be the government, or just very influential, very powerful people, right? All the while, the system is built to protect the people. People try to fight against the system. What's the logic in that? And it maybe shows that I'm not the only person who feels trapped by bureaucracy. This song, Gotta Get Out, is my criticism of bureaucracy. How can I live in a democratic society and meanwhile most of the people feel like the government that they created, that they invented, is trying to keep them down, and people are inspired to fight against the government, even though the people are the government, supposedly. And that's all the lyrics in this song, by the way. I just repeated the same words over and over for about 2.5 minutes, but I still think maybe it's enough to think about for the whole duration of the song, and maybe even afterwards. Let's move on to the second song on the EP. For no good reason, the song is called Birthday Party. And here I'm trying to start with some world building. These 3 songs on the EP Trilogie aren't just supposed to be like songs where I think about the world. They are supposed to tell a story. They're the first 3 songs of a concept album called The Cause. And I'm trying to tell the story of a fictitious revolutionary called Lenny. And he sees things in the world he wants to change. He tries to start a movement, which at first is really successful. And he can accumulate a cult-like following. You can hear the full story on the album, which comes out later this year. But in Birthday Party, we hear kind of a mixture between multiple perspectives. Honestly, the lyrics aren't very focused here. It's just trying to give you some snippets of this world I'm trying to establish. Starting with verse 1, the lyrics are, I was just a young boy when the news came about that Lenny and his brothers, they were all brought down. So we're jumping all the way to the end of the story, looking back. So we already know that in the end, this is going to fail. What we're hearing here is what I'm calling the protagonist, me as a self-insert into this story. I'm not important. I'm not Lenny. I'm not his right-hand man, which we'll move on to in the next song. I'm just a random guy that kind of joined the movement in the story. But yeah, and then I'm telling maybe my grandchildren, I was just a young boy back then when this movement with Lenny was happening. So after Lenny's movement was brought down, was stopped in its tracks, the lyrics continue with, the parliament regrouped and solutions were found, but for us there was no place left, so we skipped the town. I think this is also an occurrence in reality that happens often. People try to change something, and then a solution gets found that doesn't fix the problem well enough, and still many people get left behind, and the system doesn't care about them. Let's move on. After the movement was stopped, people had to flee. This is the storytelling. We jumped in, took the backseat of an automobile. We lived on the edge and it was starve or steal. First we stole food, but soon we stole more, passing it down to as we did before. Because Lenny's followers were banished from society, they had to survive by stealing. And because they stole, of course, they passed it down to their children so that they would steal too. Because that's how it is, right? If one generation does something, the next generation can also do it. It's justified. We don't need any better reason than that it used to be like that as well. And then was no time to forget it.
Panic, always in the ready. Get my mind spelling steady. When they fire away, I'm playing the game to win. Citizens anesthetic coursing through my veins.
Okay, so we have some more storytelling stuff that's not important, but this is a concept I really like thinking about. The citizens anesthetic coursing through my veins. Let's keep this in mind, and then we move on to the second part of verse 3. I see but don't perceive, I hear but never feel a pain. Meaning, we all see what's happening in the world, but do we, does it clock? I don't know. What's happening in the world? We just see it, but do we perceive it? We hear about things, but we don't feel feelings. It's so obvious. Why am I even making this video? I thought it was... Anyways, we are numb to bad things happening. I'm living day in, living day out. We talk, but what about? So, small talk. People don't seem to care about taking problems and fixing them. We just live day in and day out, passively. And then the epic psychedelic bridge of somebody realizing, I don't feel pain.
I see but don't perceive, I hear but never feel pain.
In a kind of ironic way. Hopefully this is clear for the listeners. I'm not satisfied because I don't feel pain. I'm confused because I don't feel pain. I feel emotions about not feeling emotions. So yeah, it's supposed to be a bit sad. I don't feel pain when bad things happen. Yeah, and then the outro is just lyrics you already heard. That's track 2, Birthday Party.
Everyone is counting on.
And the third song of Trilogie is called Right Hand Man. Here we're meeting another character. We've met the protagonist, we've heard about Lenny, and now we're meeting Lenny's right-hand man. And he's talking to somebody he's trying to recruit. He's saying, you might have heard I'm trouble, you might have heard I'm a rebel, but you don't believe? They know each other already. They have an established relationship, but now this guy finds out that his old friend, Lenny's right-hand man, we don't know his name, that his old friend is now involved in this political movement thing, in this cult-like movement, and he's trying to recruit him so he would also join this community cult thing. And Lenny's right-hand man says, you always used to be skeptical, you always used to be technical, you're even a thief. Like, he's kind of making fun of him. And then comes the bridge, hopefully describing sonically how epic Lenny's right-hand man is, the way he can walk down the road, and it just seems so fitting, like he has an immense presence, as if God himself said, this guy is important. Lenny's right-hand man is epic. That's why we need this bridge. For commercial sense, it doesn't make any sense to have this bridge because the chorus that comes later is so catchy. And I think this song already gets played on one radio station so far. But I think if we would skip this bridge, then it might have even better chances because the chorus is so poppy and so catchy. And the chorus goes, everyone is counting on you. You have to work for the change too. This is Lenny's right-hand man talking to his friend and also to everyone. Like, we need to work together if we want to achieve something. We need to work together to build a better world. Lenny's right-hand man is telling this to everyone. And then Lenny's right-hand man keeps arguing. I tell you I'm a man of great stature, but you don't believe. And meanwhile you're nothing but this cheap scoundrel, even thief. And then this part isn't said in the lyrics, but obviously he wants to say, so just join the cause. Just join the movement. Who are you not following Lenny's command? Who are you not trying to work for a better world? You're just doing nothing. You're just a useless person. That's what Lenny's right-hand man is saying. And these are the 3 songs on my new EP, Trilogie. Thanks for listening to me talk about the lyrics of my own music. I hope you found this interesting, and please check out my EP. Yeah, and feel free to make your own videos about my EP, of course. Trilogie by @BaronLane. If you want to see more videos like this, more videos about music production, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. See you again soon.